Hey everybody, this is your boy Legendmuyui. I'm back for another live play of Shadowrun Returns. Was really getting good last time. So good that I absolutely forgot what would happen, what was happening. But anyway, we're going to get back into it, and that's going to let me know. Once again, this is your boy Legendmuyui, and we're back for another live play. So let's just dive back into it, and we'll find out what was going on with all the deliciousness. Executive action. Crowding into a corporate elevator on a Shadowrun is risky. You've exposed vulnerable, but time is of the essence. The CEO's office is 50 floors up, and the Baron has your back, in theory. Okay. So I was mid way in breaking into, I believe it was the Telestrians Industries or Corporation or whatever it is. And we were on a top floor. Yeah, we were mid battle. Got some people all beat up. My Decker is still in there. And is there a way to just get this on top of us? Because that's not looking good. Can we go up just a little bit? We can't. Oh, anyway, I don't want to waste too much time with that. That's an aesthetic thing. Yeah, but I don't really like that. So, what? So I could probably raise it up, but I can't. Yeah, go figure. Can I hide it? Anyway, I'll deal with it later on. Okay, so we're going to where are people at? Aquinas needs some health, and I'm going to heal him. All right, I got a guy still jacked in. Just in case. Actually, if I'm going to do something like that, get off that. Can I check? Oh, I need to move it now. Okay. Oh, this is bad. There we go. Much better. I don't know what I did, but all right. So I'm gonna reload, and because I don't know what's going on, and I'm gonna just hold for a moment. Okay, the music stopped. And I'm gonna have Aquinas. No. I'm gonna have him pull out his pistol. I'm gonna shoot that way. And this guy, I'm gonna just make sure we're all reloaded. And I'm gonna make sure nothing's coming that way. And we just did the elevator control. So there's probably some stuff in here I want to get. So let's just go to the next stage. Back in the Matrix. This game series had a really cool aesthetic of what they believe the Matrix looks like. And it's kind of interesting that now we're actually the people who grew up like myself, you know, with these ideas, it seems like we're trying to make them. I think Mark Zuckerberg is working on something called the multiverse or something, megaverse or something, metaverse, something like that. It's a concept where you have an avatar and you kind of live in it. I think it's more along the lines of Ready Player One, that type of thing, which would be kind of cool. The only thing is that, you know, we got to deal with addictiveness of certain things. I always advocate for people not to, you know, spend so much time with entertainment, but to get in some other things that'll actually benefit them. But that would be very addictive if you could actually live in another type of world, you know. You could actually go and visit some places that, you know, you would like to live or like to visit. You know, alright. Alarm went off. I'm gonna take that because I don't want to deal with, you know, the Decker people. The Decker police, the hackers. When that alarm went up, that means that when that alarm went off, that means that pretty much I've alerted their security, so someone knows I'm in the system. So they're going to send their Deckers to try to kill me, and I don't want that to happen. So I just want to deck out. I mean jack out. Okay. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I'm going to bring Dodger. Okay, so we need to get over there. Alright, so I'm going to line people back up over here. Let's get Aquinas. It's going to be a little bit further. And I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me. Well, I can see that no one's coming down there. I mean, that's why we hacked in there. So I'm gonna just bring everyone as forward as I possibly can. I'll take Legendmuyui, take him all the way down there. What's the worst that could happen? You know, besides I die like I did like a few episodes back. But it's a game, you know. Oh yeah, I was mentioning that, you know, if Metaverse was like, you know, jacking into the internet and like doing virtual living with certain things, that'll be kind of cool. I could finally visit Japan, which will be cool. If I have anyone who's like Nihongo, I love you. I don't know why your culture I fell in love with, and I just love you. I love everyone else too, but you know, Japanese is like my thing. Okay, your comlink chirps again, and the Baron's face appears on screen. His voice is far less confident than before. This is new. You didn't know about the control panel? Great. What's new? This is not going according to plan, Baron. I'm gonna just take the middle one because it's kind of more like what's new. I don't want to be like all sarcastic. You didn't know about the control panel? The thing right in front of us that everyone pushes? That's insulting a person's intelligence. And I have it happen to me too much at my job where people are asking questions that apparently, if I'm saying it, I've taken into effect that you should have considered that information. But anyway, apparently Mr. Silverstar's reputation for paranoia is well founded. This panel is a hard-coded door control that cannot be accessed from the Matrix. It was not here yesterday. How did he have it installed so fast? So what now? That's just great. Got a new plan, a real plan. Maybe if you gave me more information, we could figure things out. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Look, I want to help, man. You let me know what's going on. Somebody will think of something. Yo, bruh, I want you to give me information. Very well. This will work, but the plan requires you and only you to stay the night. What? You have my attention. Go on. You've seen how many 10 badges there are in this place. I need all the firepower I can get. What about my crew? You will find an elevator, once again under our control, goes to an empty parking garage and safety. Your hired help will be able to clear the building with ease. You, however, will be Telestrian's newest employee come sunrise. Now allow me to tell you where to go. The morning after, you hunkered down in the janitor's locker room amidst the smell of industrial strength cleansers, floor wax, and body odors. Sleep is impossible as you must be constantly on your guard for the telltale sounds of security teams or built maintenance crews. Morning eventually comes, and with it, another chance at Project Aegis. That's wild. Wow, yeah. Good morning, mon ami. You look well. I lost the connection. Give me a moment. Get on with it. You better have a good reason for locking me in overnight. Yeah, get on with it. Given Mr. Silverstar's paranoia about security, we could not get into his office in a straightforward manner last night. However, thanks to the mayhem created by you and your Shadowrunners, a situation ripe for exploitation now exists. Ripe for exploitation, eh? You must think you're pretty clever. Let's just go with the first one. Oi? While you waited here, I continued to probe, looking into some of the less secure, more mundane Telestrian office affairs. Shipping records indicate that Mr. Silverstar recently took delivery of several paintings he commissioned after being promoted to VP of Telestrian Securities. The shipment was called Our Values. On the same day, building maintenance reported installing the artwork in his office at the same time as a piece of equipment purchased from Fuji Corp. Although they attempted to obfuscate its use, I believe it is a safe. And the sample is in the safe. I'm betting artwork and the safe are tied together somehow. I don't do safes, but I bet you have a plan. I'll go with the second one. You're telling me about both, so they should correspond and coalesce or something like that. Alright, I got some stuff that I need to move around. Sorry. Just some house cleaning. Okay. You're very bright. Mr. Silverstar is personally conducting an investigation into last night's break-in. He is interviewing personnel who may have pertinent information. You need to be one of the personnel he interviews in his office. Once you're inside, you will need him to leave so that you can find a way to get the sample. So I tell him I have evidence so I can get inside his office for an interview. Close. You will plant evidence of your own creation. There are 3 matrix emergency power junctions on this level. If we add some comlink chips to them, it'll make last night's run appear to be preparation for a larger run. It will bring the attention of Telestrian security. Getting the attention of the corp security comes easily with me. What's your angle? You're kidding. I can handle it, but I need a way to get around the building without attracting attention. Yeah, let's go with that. There's a janitor's uniform, ID badge, and comlink chip in the locker. How do you do all that? Anyway, they will get you general access and allow you to pass the basic inspection. The rest is up to you. One more thing, Mr. Silverstar is well known for his creative security measures. You'll do well to learn as much as you can about this man before meeting him. Now, quickly change and I'll unlock the door. Okay. Anything else in here besides that? Hope not. All right, let's get changed. I'm a janitor. Look at me. I'm a janitor. Shiny bald head. Anyway. Let's open the door. The supervisor has a look of a stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is. A disposable dime a dozen resource. All right, so I'm gonna say it. So these types of games that, shows people doing seedy stuff because, they have no way of the middleman or the average person being able to elevate themselves in society, always makes it seem like those who are in charge or the owners who work their butt off to get where they're at, unless they inherited it from their family, which then it's family wealth. If you had wealth and you accumulated it yourself, you would try to pass stuff along to your children because you did all the work. You amassed to those amounts of riches or success or whatever you want to call it, and you would just want the same for your children. But they always make it like they view people as something disposable. It's not really the case. They hire people for a specific job. So they're paying people for a specific job. And if you pay people for a specific job, and if people don't do that job, well, you need someone to do that job because that job needs to be done. Managers come and go. It's just that certain companies, corporations, or even mom and pop shops need certain types of personnel to work in certain positions to make that particular vision or goal, not goal, but to make their business run well. And when someone doesn't make it run well because the person's poor life choices that have nothing to do with work, that spills over into work, causes problems for the company. Yeah. I mean, if it was yours, that's the kind of mentality I wish a lot of the working class people would have. If it was yours, how would you do it? Well, answer to that mostly is that if it actually was the average dime a dozen person, average Joe on the street, the business would probably go under because they don't have business sense, because people think that business sense is something that will be sensible for the populace that everyone will like. No, there are certain hard business decisions that you have to make to be able to make it prosperous so that you can continue to make money to pay all of your employees. But anyway, I don't know why I felt like throwing that in. I did. Hopefully it's something that will start a chat discussion in the bottom. Because I like talking, I like chatting, I like hearing different viewpoints. It's a good thing. The supervisor, oh yeah, I already read that. Supervisor, hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we would watch an orientation trid and walk through our mission statement, but well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day. Wait a minute. Well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day, but you're going to need to clean up some blood, maybe a lot. Cleaning up other people's messes is what I do, right? I'm a janitor, whiz. I can handle it. Just tell me what to do. Cleaning up people's messes is what I do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Straighten up the floor, stay out of trouble. Got it. I'm your servant. What's first? Sounds good. We'll get to those orientation trids another day. Sure. I hope they got whoever did this. Only a fool will attack a Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean up what needs to be clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. Ah, interesting. All right, there is one thing that I do want to check though. Sorry about this if pops up. Yeah, I think I'm good. All right, so, just checking the time. Okay, I walked across and that door just seemed to do its thing. All right, we're gonna come down here and see what this cop's doing with this guy. Telestrain security guard. And a SWAT team guy? So I go to talk to him and then he turns around and talks to the other guy. It's kind of interesting. For this type of scenario, it would have been a little bit interesting if there was a trigger like right across here or wherever I stepped that would have triggered this, because these two men are staring at the vent and shaking their heads. It sounds like they were already doing something, so I'm coming in midway. Anyway, telestrain guard. Look. Is that Raul? I know, and you know that there's nothing in that vent. But I was told that, but when I was, sorry, I'm not even really looking at what I'm reading. Do apologize. Look, Raul, I know, and you know that there is nothing in that vent. But when I told that to Silverstar, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission statements and all that stuff. But today isn't the day for Telestrain Corp's duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrain isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I gotta go upstairs and report. A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the ducts. Sorry, I tracked that stuff all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened last night. Happened to the night watch. I'm going to go down here with charisma because it's saying that because my charisma is high, I have one thing. Me either. You think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get into this room. They want me to get this room back in order. We ain't even coming in this room. We should have came in this room and wreaked some havoc. Yeah, I can't believe that. The intruder. Yeah, I can't believe the intruders got up to the top floor. I really wouldn't have said that because that's letting them know I know something. From what I can tell, this looks like the guys got hit pretty hard. Yeah. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? All right. You want me to lie? And what can I do? Oh, here. Let's see what this does. Click on it. Matrix emergency power junction. Install a comm link. The access panel comes off with a quiet. And you place a chip inside. A quiet. I don't think that's how it would sound, but kind of. Ooh, getting karma. Oh, speaking of karma, how much do I have? 32. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna use some karma. Close combat. I need to get my shotgun skills up. Oh, well, that was easy. Shotgun skills. I need to probably get my ducking skills. Yeah, my dodge. So hopefully I can dodge some stuff. Still got 15 more. Do I get another one? That's just the maximum for humans. So I can talk my way out of stuff. But if I don't get another etiquette, I don't see the point. I mean, that one said I needed 4 to do it, and I'm over 4, so. What is this? Can equip magic resistance, increase spell book. 2 attacks on a single target with a melee weapon. Can equip counter strike. Okay, I'm missing some. It's supposed to be an adept, and I'm not really using my adept skills. However, I do like to kick and punch, so I'm gonna put that up, and then I'm gonna do my unarmed, and I'm gonna save the rest. Okay, cool. All right, now I can use my shotgun just a little bit more. Let's get out of this room, and let's go up here. Open this door. Look like the same guy. Anyway, let's go in here. Let's talk to him. The Telestrian tech worker. As the Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the land racks. Local access network racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar is calling it an intrusion, but I know an aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Do you think you could duck out for smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? Yeah. Well, if you could talk your way through the main storyline, that'd be cool, you know. Less bloodshed. Anyway, let's find out what's going on. There's an open panel in the rat's nest of cables and half disassembled hardware. Some of it is loose. Let's take some parts. Alright, so that means I could use it somewhere else. Anyway, let's pop that junction port. Matrix, remove the access panel. Yep, comes off with a quiet. Oh, okay. Oh, this is throwing it our way. Okay, that must mean something big's about to happen. Let's go in here. Okay, this just goes into this room, so nothing's really there because that door. Let's go down here. All right, let's pop up in here. Oh, I have to say this at this point, it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecure and direct contravention of contravention of Telestrian corporate policies. You have failed in your duty. That's just bad. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I'm a victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make a report to Eric. Okay. So it seems like this guy, just like other security places, you have to lock your computer when you step away from it. Doesn't look like he did it. And because he didn't follow that company policy, some bad stuff happened overnight that was beyond his responsibility. Now, this type of stuff happens in the real world where people do not care for the company policies. Oh, what's the use? But if something happens, then they want to weep and whine and cry. Well, if you always do what you're supposed to do, then anything that happens is then really not your fault. I mean, it could have been hacked. That would have been different. And so they couldn't have looked at him. But I believe this, when we came in here and we did the run, I believe this terminal was actually just open and it had a passcode for this door. So, you know, well, thanks, guy. The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz, unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. I came across some items that may help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. I don't know. You gotta take responsibility for what you did. You left your job and you didn't secure everything like you were supposed to. That's you being irresponsible. There's a reason why. Anyway. Security is bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with, and no one would be no the wiser. Technically, I wouldn't do this in real life. I would probably just listen to him and maybe pray for him. This could be one of those avenues where, you know, getting fired, or I don't know. The Shadowrun world is a little bit different than ours. Maybe he could have found a better job. Probably not as good as a pay, though. Telestrian Corporation is really big. I believe it's a AAA company in the Shadowrun world, which means they're international, and I think they're part of something called a council that actually makes decisions upon the world. You know, like rich people, just the owners, they just choose and decide what happens to everyone else. Sounds like our world. Anyway. So I'm going to do that just because I have the charisma for it. And that's why I put my points into it. You're right. There's no reason I should let security push me around. He steals himself. Just do it quick. You place the cables and data chips around the terminal case. I would know that. I mean, okay, whatever. Thanks so much. I won't forget you when your review comes up. Yeah, no problem. Oh, wait a minute. Is this the guy who told me he was my supervisor? Hey, no problem, sir. I'm just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out for a while? There's a lot to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this between us. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to tell nobody. Trust me. Legendmuyui is going to be dipping in and dipping out. I don't want to talk to nobody. How about this? Matrix. Remove the access panel. Comes off with a quiet. And you quickly install a comlink chip. Yeah. Wait a minute. How much does that give me? 7. Can I do anything with that? Can I do anything with that? All right, so I could increase my close combat. Quickness, range. I could increase my close combat so I can hit a little bit harder. But I want to start giving myself some additional moves instead of just the chi caster. So I'm gonna go up twice, and I'm gonna use this, and that's everything. And I got 19. I got a lot. All right, so I planted everything. I need to come up here and talk to this guy, I think, because he's the only other person I can talk to. So, what can I do you for? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. Top floor may only be accessed with the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Okay, I found all these chips on some of the Matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment, activates his comm link. He turns his back on you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. Oh, okay. All right. About to go on up. This is kind of collecting the sample. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of the slum dwellers is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet, after your time at the Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blenderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor and your goal. Kind of wonder what's bland to one person is not bland to another. I like all styles of music, but like recently I'm into some trap music, only instrumental, because typically when they put words to it they mess up songs. Chill step, some of the chill step. A lot of music is about talking about the woes of being messed up, so they kind of blues, so to speak. Anyway, and some people may consider that bland, or then other people may consider, bossa nova music bland, but why not just accept it? The owner choose that type of music. Maybe the owner thinks that music is something to dance to. I don't know, just something. I guess I'm saying that because personal preference is actually a sin, or I should say, judging people off of personal preference is a sin. Judging them off of righteousness or a righteous standard is not. A lot of people think that you should not be able to judge a person, but you can't judge a person according to their personal preference. Personal preference will be like a person's hair color. There's nothing in the Bible that tells us that, we can't have blue hair. But people may judge you, or they may look at you weird. And there's nothing wrong with, being shocked by a person's appearance. Being shocked by is not the same as judging. Oh, wow, that person has really weird blue hair. Because when we see people and they look different, it's as the same if we look at a person and someone is attractive. It's like, wow, this is something that's either nice, or in certain people's eyes, this is something that's not so nice. But you can't judge the person's character based upon that. Oh, she's beautiful, or oh, he looks nice. That's just perfectly fine. Oh, that's a nice hair color, or oh, I don't think that's a nice hair color. That's perfectly fine. Oh, this person's going to go to hell because they have blue hair. Yeah, now that's just wrong, because no. If a person goes to hell, it's because they have not accepted the Lord Jesus Christ as their Savior, and they continue to let our sin nature run rampant in their life. Anyway, let's come back. Eric Silverstar, there you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of the three key values. Well, it's duty above all, right? All right, so this is when I'm going to start. When I was ear hustling downstairs, I'm going to try to use their jargon. He laughs. Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow it, and from a janitor, no less. No, I am speaking of my third and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. We prefer build maintenance, sir. Thank you. You don't want to correct somebody off of. I mean, you probably could, but security people who are straight to the point. He doesn't seem like somebody to play around with. He looked like he could throw me out at any moment because of what's going on. So they said everyone's going to be on edge. Excuse me. There was nothing in here saying that this was jokingly, so I'm going to just say thank you. Well, rewards and punishment must be given where required. Now, please start filling out the report on the data pad, and I'm afraid I must ask you not to sit on my chair given you're tired. I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. Your comlink begins to ring and you pick up. So these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I'm tracking Silver Star and he is already stepping off the elevator. Really? I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. This shows a profile of 3 elves in Telestrian security uniforms looking upward at a flag. Looking upward at the flag of Telestrian logo, the plaque reads duty. Let's push it. Okay. Let's see what this one says. Depicting on a clock is a train station in downtown Portland. In the tier, the plaque reads efficiency. I'm gonna leave that one alone. This photo is realistic paint on 5 massive harvesters in Telestrian colors in a staggered formation, cutting a swath across a rippling field of wheat. The plaque reads Unity. I'm gonna leave that one alone as well. Nothing in the conversation in which they had mentioned Unity. Independence, that's definitely not one. This painting shows a wild mountain landscape with clouds ringing lofty peaks. The peaks read Independence. Yep, nothing about Independence. What's this? Vigilance. This painting, there's a small lighthouse, an intense storm at night perched on a rocky outcropping. Its light stabs out into the darkness. This plaque reads Vigilance. That's the last one. So it's not Independence. It's not Unity. Was it this one? Yeah, that's not Unity. So let's go to this one. Okay. He has a few guards, a tech worker, and a very nervous wage slave gathering in the boardroom, and it's beginning to question him. I think this is it. Okay. What's this? There's an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass which appears to be half empty and half full, and a half smoked cigar. Walk away. Oh, nothing else. All right, let's pop back here. There's a safe, has a large DNA scanner on there, most likely. Okay, so maybe that cigar is what I need now? Yep. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Makes sense. DNA sample. Alright, let's click on it. It opens, take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Alright, so let's haul tail. Alright, we're just gonna open this door. We're gonna run past these civilians. Hey, this is restricted. You can't go in there. Yeah, well, I just did. And we're gonna go over there. And we are out of there. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I kind of like that. That was nice. Oh, McCluskey. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Oh. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? What do you want, McCluskey? The smirking stops. But I wanted to take you into an alley and come out alone. But there's someone who wants to meet you. So we're going for a little ride. Oh, okay. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. He smiles woofishly. Come on. Make the wrong choice. For a stand-up conversation. Yeah, sound like me. Darn. I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first. I'm sorry, my lips are kind of dry. Let me, that's so better. Anyway, the estate. From the floor of the Lone Star cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown. Tops of downtown corridors. Didn't seem like it actually should fit, but I guess you could see the top portion of the buildings. From the floor of the Lone Star cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast of the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, makes for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view. It's designed a blend of old world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged onto the driveway where McCluskey pulls a nasty looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up to see yourself surrounded by a squad of green clad ghosts, special force troops from Tyr. Man, Tyr. We're just going to call them Tyr right now. I'm going to get the proper pronunciation to have that later on. Anyway, massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities, you prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. The third? Does that mean there has been some nepotism? Mikulski smirks. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner, and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart remarks to yourself this time, human. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tyr, and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? You're his lapdog. Should I be impressed? Richer than... yeah. So, this type of mentality, yes, it is true. They were all just humans, but some human roles, and that's what I'm addressing, roles, not importance or superiority, but some human roles for the good of society is higher. So I take it like this. If we were stripped down and we were into a surviving mode in the world, just base surviving mode in the world, the people who purify our water and everyone who goes into that are more important than people who make video games. And I love video games. Video game making is a very detailed process. It can take years, especially if the team is small, or if the team is large. It still can take years to get out a nice high rated game. However, if it came down to basic survival, making video games cannot compare to purified water or the people who make food, the farmers who plant. They're higher on the list. So even though we're all humans, we don't all have the same knowledge, and so we have to put our knowledge in order, of where we are, and that just comes in the forms of roles. We're all supposed to work together, but some roles are more important, and that's how some business people, or I should say business owners, have to weigh things. Whose role is better in the company when they go for layoffs and stuff of that particular nature, because the company, they're thinking about the company still going. But unfortunately, if your job is one that could be let go and the company could still survive, unfortunately, that's just how it is. And I do say that unfortunately. I was used to work at a banking company, and back when all the prices went up for mortgages because banks were giving people ARM mortgages, and everything went up, and then the people couldn't pay, and then everything went wrong. I worked for one of those companies, and unfortunately, I was let go. I mean, not let go. A lot of people were let go for that company. About 30,000 people was let go, and that was because it was hard. Anyway, so I'm gonna go. Should I be impressed? He smirks. His smirk gets even bigger. No, you go ahead in there and keep talking trash. That should work out fine for you. Yeah, well, we all know what that is. You got no money, you got no power. So what do you got? Well, don't technically. See, this is this is a concept, free will. It's a concept we do have, but to survive, we are going to do certain things. And that's not to say that we don't have free will. I live in the United States. So in the United States, you got to pay. I mean, there's probably other places in the world too that you got to pay for your residency. So, I can't say, oh, I'm free, so I don't have to work. No, you got to work. And if you're going to work to, sustain your living, then you're giving up hours for time. And so, to be free from that, you can choose not to work, but you're not free from the consequences. So everyone's free to make a choice, but they're not free of any type of consequences. No, those consequences could be positive or negative. They're just not free from all of them. So, you can go ahead and not work, but you could be homeless, living on the street. And that would be on you because you were free to make that particular choice. So the indigestion is a joke. I'm gonna go with honor, and you know, honor. I mean, he does bad things for a living, so I don't know why, but you know, I wouldn't say. I guess I could go with indigestion. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy that chat. I'll dispose of your body later. Oh, okay. All right. Let's talk to Mr. Quoth. Oh, dude looks sharp. The fussy elf, with the air of a Victorian butler, studies you before he speaks. He doesn't like what he sees. Oh, he judged me based on my looks. There's a scripture that talks about us judging people based upon their appearances. I mean, but he could just know that I'm a Shadowrunner and I'll just do illegal stuff. So, you know, that's... Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. You're his butler. Thank you, geez. This is an extraordinary state. May I look around before I see him? You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves for meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limits to you and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting long. And right here is probably where I'm gonna cut it. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't mean to have that over there. Oh, one of my things aren't working. Okay, so some of my stuff is not working, and I do apologize. Anyway, this is your boy. This is Legendmuyui. I'm about to end it out. And if this is your last piece of entertainment, which I do hope it is, hope that you'll take the next few moments to actually do something that's going to benefit you, whether it's getting fit, getting more healthy, whether that may be exercise or preparing a meal that is more nutritious, whether you're working on music or some type of art. It could be drawing, painting, oil painting, whatever you want to call it. Video game making. I always think artistic. Could be learning how to do your taxes. Because we are in a new tax season here in the US. So you could be learning how to do your taxes. You could be looking up tax laws and all kinds of things like that that would be free. I believe you just got to go to IRS's website. Anyway, whatever it is, I hope that you'll take time to do something that's going to benefit yourself and not just focus on just entertainment. Anyway, this is your boy, Legendmuyui, out.